Apple's littlest computer just got the biggest upgrade. The Mac Mini is sporting an even more compact form, better ports and access to them, plus it can tackle even more computationally demanding tasks, even if you stick with the base M4 model. Are you ready for a mini computer in your life? My name is Kozub. I run the tech website geekingout.ca, and I do a national tech and video game segment once a week called Geeking Out. I've been testing out Mac Mini in a variety of use case scenarios, from super basic everyday tasks to more demanding production video workflows, and, when there's downtime, for gaming. I'm eager to share my thoughts on this little computer, but before we get to that, a gentle reminder. If you're not subscribed to my channel, it would really make a difference if you consider it. Even just getting one new subscriber a day helps YouTube recommend my channel and videos to more people who wouldn't see it otherwise. So if you think my videos are helpful or interesting, your support by subscribing to the channel really makes a big difference. All right, let's get to it. Mac Mini review, here we go. First of all, this thing looks adorable. I originally thought the last Mac Mini was small, but this thing is tiny. It is 5 inches by 5 inches, though it is quite a bit taller than the previous Mac Mini. This thing is small enough that it can discreetly fit on your desk. You could even rest it on the base of your Mac Studio display monitor, but you have to turn it sideways and the cords would be going weird. Alternatively, you can tuck it away in a monitor shelf or a riser. Tiny computers can be a challenge though, because if you're doing high performance tasks, they could overheat, or you have to limit the components and connections because there's just not enough room to put all that stuff in there. Apple has somehow overcome all of these obstacles. A big part of that is with this redesigned thermal system where air travels through different levels of the Mac and flows through the base, preventing overheating. In my testing, the fan almost never kicked in. If I started rendering multiple tracks of 4K video in Premiere Pro, something that I don't know if like regular people would be doing, in those cases, yes, you could hear the fans, and yes, the Mac Mini did feel warm to the touch. Or if I was doing like an epic gaming session with game mode on, otherwise, the cooling system seemed to be doing a fantastic job, and the fans almost never kicked in. The new Mac Mini has almost every port that you need. It ditched some of the legacy ones though. With this different design, I guess it allowed Apple to put more ports in more places that people would actually want to use them, including on the front of the Mac Mini. That seems obvious, but we finally have 2 USB-C ports on the front, as well as a 3.5mm audio jack so you can plug in some headphones. And then on the back, the ports got an upgrade. 3 Thunderbolt 4 ports, or if you upgrade to the M4 Pro chip, you can turn those into Thunderbolt 5 ports. That's gonna help you out with faster transfer speeds or more modern accessories, but like right now on the market, there's not a lot of Thunderbolt 5 things, although I suppose this does future-proof your Mac Mini for whatever accessories might be coming out that you're gonna wanna add someday. The only thing we've lost from the old Mac Mini model is the older style USB Type-A ports. That's an easy thing to overcome. You can get like small adapters or dongles for those one-off times, or if you want to go hardcore, you can buy yourself a dock that has some more modern ports as well as some of the legacy ports. I've been using this dock from Razer for a very long time. It is fantastic, has an SD card reader, USB-A, USB-C, Thunderbolt, it's great. My review is focused on the Mac Mini with the M4 chip rather than the M4 Pro. The one that I have is nearly the base model. It just got a slight storage upgrade, but base level chip and memory, even though the model I'm reviewing is on the entry level of the Mac Mini, it was capable of every single thing I threw at it. Even the multi-track 4K video editing, which can be quite demanding on a computer, a little bit of graphics work, and then when I had some downtime, some gaming. And there was no barriers preventing me from doing any of the things that I wanted to do. Sometimes there was slight delays, like something would take a few extra seconds to load, but I only knew that because I was used to it from a more powerful computer. And even rendering videos, like maybe things were a little bit longer, but nothing significant. This is to say that this model, even if you're going at just the entry point for the Mac Mini, is gonna be very, very capable. So if you have a shared family computer and you decide to use the Mac Mini as the new one, it's gonna cover everyone in the household, whether like mom is doing some graphic design work and dad is just checking sports scores and the kids are doing different projects for their homework, for making an audio recording for a podcast, or just researching for a science fair. This is a really versatile home computer. And the great thing is, if you're upgrading from your existing computer, the stuff that you already have, like your monitor, your mouse, and your keyboard, it's very, very, very likely going to be working with the Mac Mini, so that reduces the overall expenses when it does come time to upgrade. At the time of recording this video, Apple Intelligence just started rolling out on Sequoia, which is the operating system on Mac computers, including the new M4 Mac Mini. It's not the full version of Apple Intelligence just yet. There's only certain features, so the most relevant and useful ones at this point are probably going to be related to the writing tools. So anywhere that you see text, you can get suggestions for how you should maybe complete a sentence, or you can highlight something that you've written and ask for a change of tone of voice. Maybe you're writing an email to your boss and you want to make sure it sounds just right. The other thing that I can do is summarize notifications, which can be helpful if you get a lot of emails in the day and you don't have time to open every single one of them. You can do a quick skim to see what's the most important. My favorite feature on the Mac Mini, aside from this new M4 chip, is the front-facing ports for sure. This is such a nice thing, whether you're just going to quickly run a cable to charge up your mouse or your keyboard, or maybe you're plugging in a dongle so you can transfer some photos or videos from an SD card. Just the port access on the front is a simple thing, but so great. What I don't like about the Mac Mini, the thing I mentioned about the SD card, we were so close to getting a near pro experience on a non-pro computer. And yes, this is not meant to be a pro computer. They have the Mac Studio for that, but we were just about right there. And they did put the version to have the M4 Pro chip in this Mac Mini, so that makes me think that they expect some people to use this as that pro computer. Yes, you can get a dongle or an adapter to transfer all those things, but we were just about there. A lot of people have been giving Apple a hard time about the power button being at the bottom, but in my testing, this has been a non-issue. Like, I turned on the Mac when I first started using it, and then when I'm not using it, it goes into sleep mode. I'm not pushing that button very often. So if you're worried about the button being at the bottom, that's not going to be a big obstacle. If you're watching this video, you're probably curious about the Mac Mini, and if you've made it this far, maybe you're even thinking about getting one. So here's my advice for everyday use, and I think that my use case scenarios are a bit more demanding than the average person because of the TV work that I do with video editing and some of the graphics work I do. This thing handled it no problem. So for people who want something that's going to work for homework for the kids, or video calls if you're doing some working from home, or watching movies or playing video games, the M4 chip, just the base one, is going to be perfectly sufficient and still have extra bandwidth for things that you're going to throw at it. If you want a really small computer, if you're trying to make a neat minimalist desktop setup, this would be amazing for that. The only times I was like, I wish I had a little more power was with some video games where like the loading time was a couple seconds more, but now that's just being picky. And when I was rendering some videos, yes, it took a little bit longer, but again, it was pretty negligible. So really, no complaints about the M4 Mac Mini. This is a solid computer with really great value. If you're looking for a lower cost way to get into the Apple computer ecosystem, this is a great way to test the waters. Or if you already know that you love Mac OS and you just want a new computer and you don't need the portability, this is a fantastic choice. Hopefully you found this review helpful. Again, if you could please subscribe to the channel, that would really help me out a lot. It tells YouTube that people like my videos, so the algorithm will show it to more people, and then I can make more videos and work with more brands to hopefully provide interesting and informative videos like this one. Please keep in touch. You can hit me up on Instagram at Kozub. If you have any questions, put them in the comment section so I can get to them. For a deeper dive into the Mac Mini or the new MacBook Pro or the iMac, you can check out my website, geekingout.ca. Again, my name is Kozub. Thank you so much for watching this video.